Hey everybody, welcome to week 32. First up, we've got this picture of the 80s villains. You got Skeletor, Mum-Ra, Cobra Commander, Venger, Megatron. Obviously there's some other ones that could go in there, but I just kind of thought this was a nice little encapsulation of the 80s villains. They're just in front of an extreme set. There's just kind of like some light off to the side. I don't know. It's not a bad shot, but I think I could do it better. I definitely have a better version of Megatron at this point. This is the G.I. Joe crossover one, which I'm not a real big fan of those. Like, theoretically, they're awesome. In practice, they're mediocre. And then, let's see what we got next. Okay, so we're going to do these a little bit different. These are the reels I've been showing from Masters of the Mini Comic. So, I've already gone over this shot a little bit, but again, this is on my Jungle Dio. This is a Treehouse playset that I don't even know what it's from. I just picked up at the Goodwill. Got some random plants in the back. There's a Battle Mountain, the tapestries. Again, the water is from the gelatinous cube. It's just the top to the gelatinous cube. And then there's one of those footstones underneath this to kind of create a hill and also give like a little bit of a ground there. The ground back here is a little carpet strip. Actually quite a bit of setup went into this, but yeah, I think it came out pretty good. So I'm going to insert a clip of this here because I've noticed the last few the audio's been kind of wonky, so here it goes.
But even as He-Man constructed his dwelling, evil eyes were gazing upon Tila, the warrior goddess, as she watered her unicorn charger.
There's none in all of Eternia as beautiful as she.
Grunted the ape-like beast man.
I'm really starting to believe she is a goddess.
Soon she'll be more than that.
Whispered his master, Skeletor.
Soon she'll be my bride.
Okay, so next, we got another Mythic Legion shot. This one's a little weird. So there's a black light shining on it, which doesn't look like a black light, but the way my camera was getting the light, everything kind of had this orange hue to it, which I thought kind of looked cool. I do eventually post a different color version of it, and it's all the same lighting. It's just the angle of the camera kind of gave like a different effect. But this is just in front of a tapestry. This is actually my Legion shelf. My Legion shelf has a big tapestry of like this portal and then like some mountains and foliage and stuff. The idea is like the horsemen from Mythos are invading my shelves. So, and then we've got a shot of Lynn. Taking a few shots of this Sorceress version of Lynn. This one's just using her back package insert, and so it's kind of like, you know, inside Grayskull. I really like when the toys come with those like little backdrops because they're useful for things like this. Again, I'm using a little bit of black light. You can see kind of purple sheen up here, bring out a little bit of the colors, and then I just kind of closed up on her. I like the shot. I like the toy. It's fun. This backdrop is a really nice one. There's like the light over here, so I kind of have like a light over there to like mimic it. But it's well done. It brings out a nice little effect. Up next, here's another reel. This would be the next page from the last one we just watched, and I'll insert that here.
But it was no simple matter to capture the warrior goddess. She fought like a demon, her body possessing the spirits of many ancestral champions. Only Skeletor's energy blade, after freezing her courageous steed, at long last shook her unconscious.
Carry her to Castle Grayskull.
Skeletor commanded his underling Beast Man.
But be careful. I do not like having my bride to be damaged.
Okay, so this one, kind of another cheat with like the skeletons I had set up. You've seen this basic setup like a couple times, but this time I put the Undertaker there, darkened the light a little bit, and then shone a black light on him. Black light gives him this like cool, like bluish, glowy effect. Kind of different from some of the other glow-in-the-darks you might see. But this is just the Battle Mountain in the background, a couple of those dead frames, some of the Halloween decorations, and then like pieces of the Halloween decorations, kind of in various different parts of, because I broke them apart. Like I just want the torsos, or I just want the hand and stuff like that. So how the shot was kind of set up, and then they're just poked into the grass plate that I get from the dollar store. Same kind of grass plate that's used in this image. So here you have some of the Mexican bootleg toys. I actually didn't really take any time setting up this shot. I was just kind of playing with them, and I put them up on the jungle dial. Like you can see, there's still Wily Cat or Wily Kit. I don't remember which one's which now. Anyway, up here, that's the tree dio. There's some random foliage. You can see one of the plunderlings just kind of hanging out in the back. But I I put Orko in here, and I liked the color that was coming out of the cave. So I just kind of quickly snapped the shot. I didn't really think too much about what was going on in the picture, other than I just kind of liked the way it looked. These guys are super goofy, but I mean, they're kind of cool for little bootlegs. I ordered a whole bunch of bootlegs from Mexico, and those are a few of them. The Orko, the Skeletor, and the He-Man. And then up next, we got He-Man on the jet sled, and I just took a old picture of the Grayskull box art. This is a vintage He-Man on the vintage sled. Figured might as well incorporate some vintage artwork. I probably could have found a better quality version of it, or maybe dimmed it a little bit. And it's just on a stand. But I kind of like the way it looks. It's like he's flying from the castle. Something about that vintage head always gets me. They still haven't quite perfected it in the other ones, but it looks really good. And then, lastly for this week, we've got the Old Man Duncan. It's probably my favorite version of Man-at-Arms, to be honest. He comes with a bunch of cool stuff. He's got his arm cannon, his big blaster. He's got his cloak. There's a little thing around the cloak, kind of neck piece there. But I like old, grizzled, forcibly retired Man-at-Arms. It's cool. Wasn't a big fan of how he was kicked out, but Randor was having a bad day, and took it out on Duncan, which happens sometimes. I just kind of threw him in front of a shot of Eternia from the cartoon. I was just I need some kind of motif background, so I threw it in there. But he's cool. He's a fun figure, and I like the way he looks in the environment, so there's that shot. That is actually the last of the week. I'm going to add those reels in. It's a little bit different. Hopefully that doesn't slow down the release time. I just want to thank you guys for continuing to check out my content. If you like it, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not, give me a thumbs up, share it with people. If you don't like it, you can comment too. I'd like to hear anything anyone has to say. So I appreciate you guys. You have a great week, and I will see you next time.